that everybody can be comfortable. I'm telling you, what the church looks like now was never what it was meant to look like when Jesus walked the earth. And we've talked many times on why that is. So, you need to learn the right thing. If you've got godly authority in your house, in your household, stay connected with it. How do you tell the difference? God will let you know. He'll shine. If you know what, if you really have a hunger and a desire for the things of God, He will show you the difference. That's a proven fact in your life. You know that is. If you're really hungry and God says, here's some truth for you, and you take a hold of it like it's the most precious thing you've ever had in your life, you're showing your faithfulness to God and your belief in what He's giving you and doing in your life, which is going to cause action. You're going to cause that to be precious to you and hold fast and tight to it. Applying it to your life and living it, which will show Him, this guy actually loves me. I'm going to give him some more truth. I'm going to give her some more truth. Hey, they actually kind of like this light. I'm going to shine a little bit more. Well, you're sitting in darkness here, and all of a sudden light appears over here. Hey, you start moving towards that light because you like it. What does He do? Well, He'll put some more light over here. You just keep moving towards that light. He's leading you out of darkness. If you'll follow. Simple belief and affirmation that the light exists while you sit here and do nothing does not cause anything good to happen at all. It's a denial of God. When He shines light into your darkness, you must move forward, move towards it, and say, I want that, God. And when you get there, He'll give you another spot over here. And you just keep moving. You're led and guided by the Spirit of God. As many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons and daughters of God. But if you don't follow, you're not led, you're not. Well, that's all I have to do is be led? Yes. That means I have to believe? Yes. Is that enough? No. Why not? It's a matter of where He leads you to. He's leading you somewhere for some purpose. The fact that you've begun the journey doesn't mean that you finished it. The fact that you've taken one step towards the light doesn't mean that you've now arrived and you're done. It's only the beginning, the very smallest of beginnings. It's a start. And you need to pursue that. You need to diligently seek Him. So, Abraham has 4 things that God has asked him to do. Out of thy country, from thy kindred, from thy father's house. 3. And you'll go to a land where I will show you. Well, that's kind of sketchy. Well, tell the story again. You already know the story. I got to go. Why? God said I got to go. Where are you going? I have no idea, but I got to go. It's scriptural. Yeah? So does that mean that everybody out there that ever hears this should say, I got to leave, I'm going to go somewhere? No. You should be led of God is what it means. And whatever the call of God is in your life, that's what you should do. This is the call of God that was in my life. Likewise, also it was the call of God in Abram's life. Find truth. If you ask it, He'll give it to you. If you seek it, you'll find it. If you knock on the door, it will open unto you. If you diligently seek after Him, He will bring you. Well, how do I find somebody of good authority? How do I find somebody chosen of God to be an authority? If you want it, He'll give it to you. He'll show you. He'll lead you. He'll guide you. And He'll plug you in where He wants you. Not where you want. Hey, there's a big difference here. It's not where you want to be. It's where He wants you, and the two aren't the same. What I want in the flesh and in the world, I want this, and this. It has nothing to do with what God wants, this, and this. The two are diametrically opposite. So if you're just starting out and you're not in the Spirit and you're not born again and you're just kind of following after little bitty chunks of breadcrumbs that He's leading in front of you, you're not going to know what's good for you and what's not. Well, I'm offended at that. That's all right, be offended. Not good for you, but it's a truth. You go where He tells you to go. Yeah, but I'm not comfortable there. You're not supposed to be comfortable. There's a lot in you. That's why Abraham had to come out. He was going to change him and transform him. And as long as he was plugged into the system of the world and idolatry and devil worship, God would not be able to change him. There was a direction change made. He was walking in darkness and he turned around and started walking towards the light according to what God wanted for him. Direction change. No, that was the end. No, that was just the beginning for him. That's a big beginning. Yes, it is. It certainly is. Was it the beginning? Yeah. What do you mean it was just the beginning? He already had a relationship. He already recognized the voice of God. Yes, he did. And what did he do until that time? He continued to stay and dwell in amongst idolatrous people and worship devils with all of his family. When did it change? God said do this and he did something. That's why I say it's the beginning. He already had a relationship. You know what? These people prayed to a lot of gods. Some of them had 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 gods. No lie. Well, there's the God of the dirt, and here's the God of the trees, and here's the God of the wind, and here's the God of the sun, here's the God of the moon, here's the God of this star, and here's the God of that star, here's the God of the river, here's the God of this. They had gods all over the place. They had gods all over the place. It's entirely possible Abram had gods all over the place. God was just one of the gods he had. He just happened to have the true God in all of his big collection of gods. The true God was just stuffed over there in the corner. Difference, the true God said do something and he actually did it. He actually believed it. And that was counted for righteousness. See, it's by faith. It's not by works, lest any man should boast. Faith without works is dead. James chapter 2. Now, verse 2. Yes, I do go on. Here is what God is saying he will do for Abram if Abram listens and obeys God. You have to put it in this way. You have to understand it this way. It's a matter of cause and effect. God gives you something to do. If you do it, this will happen. If you don't, you'll stay over here doing what you were doing to begin with. God gives you a piece of truth, a piece of knowledge, a piece of wisdom, a piece of understanding. If you don't do anything with what He's given you, nothing will change in your life. If you decide not to use it and apply it, nothing will change in your life. You got to understand that. Just knowing or just believing is not good enough. Just having the knowledge is not good enough. Knowledge is not power. What you do with the knowledge is what creates the power. It's what you do or don't do that causes it to change. Alright, the promise that God made, if you will do this, I'll do this, goes something like this. I will make of thee a great nation. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Now look, He calleth those things that be not as though they were. How long do you think it's going to take for a great nation to become Abraham? He didn't even have any kids, I don't think. I'm pretty darn sure he didn't have any kids. But God's going to make of him a great nation? He calleth those things that be not as though they were. So did Abraham just start strutting around? Hey man, I'm a great nation. Why? Because I have faith. I believe. And so I'm a great nation. That's right. Everybody look at me. I am a great nation. Who is? I am. You don't look like a great nation. In fact, there's only one of you. Oh no, I am. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Go ahead and laugh at yourself. Everybody. I'm laughing at me. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Why? He calleth those things that be not as though they were. When you get revelation and you get into a relationship with God far enough for Him to begin to ask you to do things and you begin to obey, what happens is He releases revelation into your life. When is that going to take place? It could be 20 years down the road. So don't get too big for your britches automatically. Why? Well, the devil's just going to come up, trip you. You're going to fall on your face and wonder what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm a great nation. How did this happen to me? All right. I'm going to make of thee a great nation. I will bless thee. I don't know about you, but I want the blessing of God. What is it? It doesn't even say what it is. Whatever blessing God has for me, I want it. Yeah, but what if it's hardship? I want it. Well, here's the problem. Everybody